feels like everyone's kind of taken the whole Pia Bomb Poyo thing and is running with it, where it's like, okay, just get the most aggressive players, the best fighters, and let's just make a trio together.
Yes, it is true. I was watching Savage's stream yesterday, and he was like, wait, Mary's got a 33 kill win in solo cash cup? All right, let me send him a message. Let's play trio scrims this week. So there you go, boys. If you want to play with Mongo Savage and drop 40 bombs in solo cash cup, you can be Peterbot.
Chap, Vico, and Flixie, and whoever Malabuka plays with, maybe Ping and Wox or something, because I don't think Cammy and Seti is the best option for him, to be honest. I mean,
well, he's wrong because they're already making it happen, right? There's like a 7K tournament coming this week, and Malabuka, Seti, and Cammy are actually playing together. So,
do you agree that that's not the best option for him? That's really where what he was putting.
I had this discussion yesterday, right? And the majority of people say like, "Oh, why don't they come back with Teak? Or why don't they come back with like a Polish player? Like, why are they picking up Malabuka? They can't speak English." But like, you have to think about like, why the hell would they pick up someone like Teak, considering brother hasn't played the game for like 2-3 years, right? Like, why would you not pick up a literal tier 1 player? So whether it's the best option doesn't really matter. You gotta try out people. That's the main thing. You know, we're 4 months out from trios. Try out people, see what happens. If Malabuka doesn't work, it doesn't work.
No, I mean, I was going to quickly say, like, I think that's fair what you said about the whole, like, it's good to try out people. I don't disagree that I don't think it's their best option for, like, place.
Well, Harry's mic's messed up.
Harry's mic, GG and the mic.
Sorry for the audio listeners.
My God.
Whoever.
Yeah.
Harry ruining another podcast, man.
Test before. We didn't test before. All right.
I mean, Harry, as
always. Right, go on.
There we go. It's fine now. It's fine now.
Okay, go on.
Yeah.
Not refresh.
Anyway.
Reese, what were you gonna say? Man?
We usually go quick on the question of the day so we can get a bunch of answers in. But sorry, I'm gonna have to waffle on this because you mentioned Malabuka, so it is what it is. I don't see this team being like their best pick to start with, right? Let's lay the land here. Okay. Cammy and Seti, not historically great fraggers, let's say, probably to put it nicely. You know, maybe lacking firepower in duos. Picking up Malabuka. Now, Malabuka got some firepower, sure. Is he their best option for firepower? Debatably. You know, he also has a completely opposite playstyle when it comes to, like, fighting. He's a guy who just pre-edits, gets in box, does stuff like that. Like, I couldn't see, like, a more mix match player. He's also going, like, the complete opposite, or this team seems to be going the complete opposite direction of almost every other team that's successful, where you have, like, good fraggers who, you know, learn to play the game, whereas now you have 3 people who are, you'd maybe more consider smart players who can fight rather than fighters who can be smart. Also, you have probably one of the worst off-spawn teams of Cammy and Seti picking up Malabuka, who just got beat off-spawn by an OCE team. That doesn't seem to work in my mind. But one thing I will say that might just throw all this out there is that Malabuka is on the game 24/7. Cammy is also on the game 24/7. Maybe this will, and trios coming back will make Seti play more. So maybe we'll have like a crazy grinding trio. Outside of that, I don't know if the composition will really work though.
Yeah, I hear what you guys are saying. It's funny. I'm gonna read this next one, and we're gonna link the two together here. Somebody basically said, "What trio are you most excited about moving forward?" And they said, "Yo, Levin, Teeny, Chino +1. Honestly, the run Teeny is having right now is absolutely insanity, and it's not being talked about enough. Going into non-hit scan meta, I feel as though he's going to be even more primed. This trio confirmed contesting the best POI all year next year is crazy too." I'll be honest. You look at like the Balkan situation of Teeny, Chicho, and whatever they're doing, it looks really good. Balkan Fortnite looks, you know, as primed as ever. They have like some really good options there if they want to stay within the Balkan community. But of course, they could play with sort of whoever, with just how crazy those guys are. As long as you know how to shoot your guy.
I've got to be sad that Teeny and Chap are no longer playing together, though. You know,
Right.
like irrespective of the fact that Chap has a great trio potentially with Vico Flixie, and you know, all the German speaking makes sense. I understand that split, but at the same time, I'm like, Teeny and Chap were so good, and now to split that is unfortunate. On the flip side, you know, I feel like Chicho is, you know, individually one of the best players out there, and I wonder what he'll do with a guy who's more aggressive rather than playing like a more passive play style like he's been playing with Trulex so far. Like playing with you think about the difference in IGLs from going from Trulex to going with DD. You almost couldn't be like further on the end of the spectrum. So I want to see how like versatile he is.
Don't fight, don't fight, don't fight. Run. Yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised to see Chicho and Trulex split, considering the majority of the success in their careers has been with each other, right? There was a period back in Chapter 3 when Trulex and Chicho split for a while, and they had some of the worst placements. Came back together, qualified the Grands again, you know? So it's kind of like, I guess it makes sense to try to expand and try to fulfill on what Chicho String saw and trying to play with Teeny, play aggressively. But I do feel like I've said before with like, you know, the Peanut Butter Pollo situation in trios potentially, like over aggression in trios, it's super unknown still. We don't know what the meta is going to look like. So already committing to saying, you know what, fuck you, Trulex, I'm playing with Chicho, and now they're apparently playing with Pixie. Like, we don't know if super aggressive trios is going to be a play. And I think it's super early to kind of burn that bridge. They're obviously probably still friends, but still, I would like them to still explore that option.
Anything on Harry? Is your mic?
No, I was just fixing my mic. Hopefully it's good now. Fingers crossed, all good now. Yeah, I mean, basically just to touch on what Boop said, yeah, it feels like everyone's kind of taken the whole Pia Bomb Poyo thing and is running with it, where it's like, okay, just get the most aggressive players, the best fighters, and let's just make a trio together. But I do think with Teeny, I think that might be the one exception to the rule of like, yeah, maybe it won't work in trios, because we talked about it before that like I feel like Teeny, to get the best out of Teeny, you need to have a fighting trio. I feel like if Teeny plays the way that Trulex and Chicho play, I just feel like you're getting nothing out of him. You could put anyone else in that role. So if you're looking to get the best out of Teeny, playing with Chicho and probably getting another fight, like you said, Pixie, that's the best outcome for him for sure. I think that trio, to me, is one of the more exciting ones. A lot of them right now in EU, especially, I don't think are really going to be... Well, they're not going to be what they are in Trio FNCS. I think they don't really work playstyle well as a lot of them, but I think that one definitely seems like a good one going forward.
Okay. What new trio are you excited about? Low-key, Marius, Mongrel, and Savage. I mean... We're cooking now. We're cooking. This one is for the content. This one is for the fanboys. This one is for TikTok.
I mean,
is it actually happening?
It sounds like it's happening. Yeah. So
I've been gone a week. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it sounds like it's happening, but I don't know, because I felt like there was a point where Savage and Marius should have played maybe last season when, you know, Savage and Mongrel didn't make Grands, and maybe Mongrel wasn't going to play another year. But then obviously they went to NA. I don't know in trios if that works at all. I feel like to get the best out of Savage, you need to let him be like the sort of like focus on the fighting and be that support player and be more support than being the sole IGL and just full tarping in trios, right? I don't know if adding another fighter to that duo is solving your problems.
Agreed.
I say the biggest issue Mongo and Savage currently have is just the fighting. I think they are probably like when they make it to endgame, they have good end games, they're really good, but they struggle at making it to endgame. They struggle in spawn fights, for what we saw in draft situations and stuff like that, and they struggle when they get aggressive upon in mid game. So I think adding Marius to me actually makes a lot of sense. It's extra fighting power, and it's someone that's consistently going to be able to get eliminations for them in late game and sort of help Mongo on the back top guide himself through. Like Savage is good enough. Like he can sort of top the whole way. He doesn't mind doing that, I think, either. I don't think he's a selfish player that he wants to go fraggy and go crazy in that sense. So I think this makes a lot of sense. And to answer your question,